At the end of day one of Just Eat Weber Cup 18, it's USA who have the lead 4-3 over Team Europe, and their captain Sean Rash joins me now. Sean, not the perfect ending to the session for you personally, but you must be pretty satisfied with America's performance there.
Yeah, really disappointing there. Game 6, Kyle bowled an unbelievable game, but they brought in their lucky charm with Jesper, and he's bowling extremely well. You can tell that. And then my match with Dom could have gone either way. You know, he got a couple hits early and some shakers, and then I 2-10 to basically end the game. So, but he bowled well. So, but you know, the momentum is still with us because we're ahead, and that's the best thing about this event is you want to be in the lead. So, I told our guys, I said, hey, we're going to bowl late till Sunday night. It's going to be a battle back and forth. Try to win as many points early as you can, and we got off to a good start. And tomorrow's going to be more electric and be more fun.
Was that the key there, getting off to a good start?
Absolutely. You know, the Europeans didn't seem too nervous to start, but definitely a little slow to get going. And we got our hits early and took that big lead 4-1. But there's so much bowling. You know, you can't win it the first day, but you can definitely lose it. So we're in a great position.
Europe had a lot of success at the Weber Cup in recent years. How important was it for you to give them something different to think about at the end of day one tonight?
Well, I mean, they get to pick the pattern in the morning. We have a pretty good idea what they're going to pick. The rumor is they're going to use the same pattern they dominated on last year, and I think our guys are bowling extremely well. I'm probably the weak link with the low rev rate and the old age, but you know, we've got a lot of fire under us. We're gelling well. We're having a good time. We're going to go eat some probably American food again and have a couple drinks and play some pool and just kind of enjoy the evening.
Are you ready for that oil pattern that Europe are going to bring tomorrow?
It doesn't matter. I think when you get to this stage with this many great players, I think you could bring any of the 4 best Europeans or 4 best Americans over here. We bowl for a living. A pattern's just a name and a distance and a volume number, and you get some practice shots, and we're good enough to adjust to just about anything. The toughest thing that all of us battle is not getting enough practice. You know, you're sitting for so long, and you know, Dom and I ran upstairs to get 4 or 5 practice shots just to try to loosen up, and that's the toughest thing when you're in this setting.
Well, Sean, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be hearing from you again tomorrow. And while USA lead in the Weber Cup, one European who has continued success on this lane is Jesper Svensson, and I spoke to the Swede a little earlier this evening. Jesper, not the opening session that Team Europe had last year, but for yourself, you've kept up that perfect Weber Cup record. You enjoying it out on the lane there?
I do, 100%. It feels so good to be back here in England and play in front of this crowd. You know, they always do their best to cheer you on and pump you up, so it feels great. And yeah, I mean, so far so good for me. So we've had a little bit of a rush, or a rough start, but you know, I'm not very worried. I think we can come back from this easily.
What do you think has been the reason for the start that Europe made this time around?
Well, I think it's as simple as the American guys have been bowling very good. And I mean, we haven't really been bowling bad. It's just they've been a little bit better, a little bit sharper. But yeah, as I said, I think we're going to come back. There
is a long way to go still in the Weber Cup, so you must still be very confident.
Yeah, I mean, there's still many sessions to go, many games to go. So if we can just get away with a good result here in the last game, I think we can just start on 0 tomorrow.
And as we said, 10 matches, 10 wins for Jesper Svensson at the Weber Cup. What's the secret?
I don't know, actually. But when I get to know, I'm not going to tell anyone else.
Well, I'm joined now by the European captain, Barrett. And Dominic, while it's not the ideal session for you, a good ending there.
Yeah, I think we'll take 4-3 at the end of that. You know, the way they started, I think they struck the first 17 out of 20 shots, and they continued that for the next couple of matches. Said Jesper that came in to make it 2-1, and they just kept striking afterwards. And you know, for us, it's all about finding our feet a little bit. It's kind of getting our way into the event, even though we've had fast starts the last couple of years. That's what this is really about. And yeah, we're more than happy with 4-3.
You picked Sean there to go up against you in the final match. What was the reason for that?
Well, it's a little bit of lane play, but it's really because Kyle just came off the lane. We didn't want to pick him. We've done it before, and we've seen it happens if you go on the lane, you get 2 games in a row. So we didn't want to do Kyle. So then it was thinking about Marshall, but he bowled really well a game before that, so it wasn't going to be Marshall. EJ didn't really play as well as Sean did, but he's player of the year, and his ball strikes a lot. And he also played the burn match against Jesper, which is one of the harder matches. So then Sean bowled the fresh, and it was a few games back as well. the way that Kyle was breaking the lane down was going to force us a bit further left than where Sean bowled. That was the reason why we picked Sean.
And Europe had a lot of success in the Weather Cup over recent years, but something different for you to think about tonight.
Yeah, you know, and I've been through enough Weather Cups to feel all the emotions, I'm pretty sure, from session to session. And, you know, this one doesn't feel too bad. I know we're down a point. It felt like it could have been a lot worse. Jesper stepped up, bowled great. Managed to come through the captain's pick at the end and managed to get the point there. So, you know, only being down 1-3 of that, we thought it could have been 6-1 or 5-2. You know, we're actually, I'm not going to say we're the happier of the two camps, but, you know, we're quite happy that we've managed to keep it that close, and tomorrow we get to pick the pattern.
Dom, thank you very much for joining us. And earlier this evening, I spoke to one of the Americans who helped give his side the lead over Europe. Here's Marshall Kent. Marshall, after everything that happened at last year's Weather Cup, how good is it to go out there and win your first match and get the 2 strikes in the team match as well?
You know, I think it absolutely sets the tone for our team. We came here to play. We came here to win. Last year, I don't think we really had the fire or the passion to get it done. But this year, we all feel great. We're confident in each other. We're confident in ourselves. And it's a completely different ballgame this year.
How big a difference is this start going to make for you for the rest of the tournament?
I think, like I said before, it definitely sets the tone. Lets them know, you know, we're here. We're not messing around this time. And, you know, it puts them against the ropes, makes them think a little bit. You know, they haven't really been pressured the last couple of years. And I think now that all of a sudden, you know, they're facing a deficit now, I think they'll get them thinking and it work in our favor.
And it's your first time, the 4 of you as a team, but you seem to have gelled really well together. What's been the key to that?
You know, we pull all the tour events together. We travel a lot together. I mean, we see each other quite often, and we hang out sometimes. So I think already knowing each other pretty well coming into the event, even though we haven't bowled on a team together, I think just knowing each other's personalities real well helps the chemistry of the team.
And you've only been in the UK for a couple of days, so there's still a little bit of jet lag there, I know, but does a session like that, is that going to help you get over that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the jet lag, it is what it is, but I think the adrenaline, not only of the competition, but the atmosphere as well, kind of keeps us going, gives us a little energy to push through. And I think the next few days we'll be a little more well rested, and I'm afraid to see what happens to Europe.